So NBC News and the Wall Street Journal commissioned a new poll, and they released it, and it's on the Mueller issue. And it has some interesting findings. Take a look. They say 40% say information from the Mueller report does not clear Trump. 23% say it does, or 29% say it does. But a third and close to half of independents say they're not sure. So you can see the specific numbers there laid out for you. The number of people who say this does not clear Donald Trump of wrongdoing. 40% for the entire country. 67% of Democrats, 35% of independents, and 11% of Republicans. And then you have clears Donald Trump, 29% of the entire country, 6% of Democrats, 19% of independents, and 64% of Republicans. And then not sure, 31% of the entire country, 27% of Democrats, 45% of independents, 25% of Republicans. So, got to be honest with you guys, this is a pretty colossal and abysmal failure of the media. It really is. It really is. Now, yet again, I want to be clear. I think Donald Trump is a career criminal. He's massively corrupt. He did violate the Emoluments Clause of the Constitution, so technically there are grounds to impeach. Whether or not you should is a separate question, but there's definitely grounds to do it. And I think that Donald Trump will eventually, when he's no longer president, he will be indicted on various financial crimes, and it will come about through the Southern District of New York, where they're already investigating a bunch of different financial crimes that he's involved in. So he is a criminal, let me be clear. But for the Mueller report, what do we know for sure? The Barr summary says the following, and I'll get to the skepticism on the Barr summary in a second, but it says the following. There are no more indictments coming. There is no evidence of collusion, and there is no recommendation of impeachment. Now, should the Mueller report still be released? Yes. Yes. I want to read every part of that Mueller report. And I'm 100% sure that there's going to be a bunch of shit in the Mueller report where we're all like, whoa, that's crazy that happened. And that is sketchy as a motherfucker. But the fact remains, you cannot, legally speaking, there's going to be no more indictments, so they couldn't get him from a legal perspective. No more indictments, no recommendation of impeachment, and no evidence of collusion. So that you can't get around those things. Now, to the skepticism on Barr's summary, which is now a thing that's really pervasive, if Barr said something that wasn't an accurate representation of what was in the Mueller report, Mueller or somebody on his team 100% would have corrected it by now. Why do I say that? Because this happened in the past when the media horrendously botched a story on Russiagate, and they did that a bunch of times. But when it was so egregious and it was such a big story, Mueller actually came out and said, this is not true. This story is not true. We have no evidence of this. Stop running this story. He came out and corrected the narrative. So we're supposed to believe that Barr totally misstated the findings of the Mueller report and Mueller just sat there? That didn't happen. And honestly, you're getting into like delusional conspiracy fantasy land if you're still pushing that narrative. So please stop for anybody who's pushing that narrative. But here's the bottom line, man. The media is not really reporting this for what it is. If they are reporting it for what it is, then they would basically be like, okay, yeah, it's time to move on from this. It's time to move on from this. Should we talk about his corruption? Yes. Should we talk about how we might eventually get his comeuppance and in the Southern District of New York, he'll be indicted? Yes. We can talk about all that stuff. We can talk about all the corruption, all the terrible policies, and we can more effectively and adequately resist. But to say that the Mueller report doesn't clear Trump, according to the summary from Barr, which Mueller has not corrected, which means it's accurate, yes, it does. So let's wrap it up, man. Let's wrap it up, but a lot of people can't let go. And it's honestly embarrassing to see it. We covered Morning Joe couldn't let it go. Rachel Maddow still can't let it go. And it really is. The most poignant thing I've ever fucking said is I called this liberal Benghazi, and I'm right. Is liberal Benghazi. And this proves it more than anything. And now the entire country is still, again, only 40% says it does not clear Trump of wrongdoing. Okay? Only 29% say it clears Donald Trump. Well, if there's no more indictments coming and there's no recommendation of impeachment, what the fuck do you want to call it? What do you want to call that? Now, if you care more about your feelings, then fine. Say it doesn't clear him, but there will be no further action. But these polls are really terrible, and it shows you how bad the news media is. They really are bad, man, because this is not a question of opinion anymore. It's a question of empirical fact. What's going to happen? And what we've been told is no more indictments, no evidence of collusion, no recommendation of impeachment. So, come on. Media's got to do a better job, and people got to digest it. I know they put so many eggs in this basket that it's hard to get past it, but no, now you have to. Now you have to. So please, I take no joy in saying, like, okay, that's dead, now let's go, like lecturing people and telling them, like, seriously, let's move on here. But what the fuck else am I supposed to do? The media's pushing a bogus narrative, too many people are believing it, and it's holding the country back from effectively resisting. And every time we spend on this gives him more and more of a political win. That's a fact. He's going to rub it in everybody's faces. They're going to take all the old Russiagate tweets that all these fucking corporate journalist hacks did, and they're going to rub them in everybody's face in the next election, and they're going to say, see, this proves the fake news. This proves the media's fake news. And they're going to run with that narrative, and they're going to have a lot of ammo because of a lot of idiots who overreached. So let's stop doing that.